Ever wondered how the new UK immigration rules might affect you or someone you know? Welcome to our deep dive into the significant changes in the UK immigration rules. The year 2024 has ushered in a whole new era, bringing with it 10 notable shifts in policy that could have a profound effect on the lives of many. Perhaps you're considering applying for a work visa, or you're a student dreaming of studying in one of the UK universities. Maybe you're an entrepreneur planning to set up a business, a tourist looking to explore the UK's rich history and culture, or a family member hoping to join loved ones already living in the UK. Regardless of your situation, understanding these changes is crucial. The new rules are not just a list of do's and don'ts. They mark a shift towards a more points-based system, where the emphasis is on skills and qualifications. But like any change, they come with their own set of challenges. For instance, the higher salary thresholds might make it harder for some to qualify for work visas. The new rules for skilled workers could potentially limit opportunities for those in less recognized professions. And the changes to student, business, family, and settlement visas might alter the plans of many. Don't worry though, we're here to help you navigate these changes. We'll break down each rule, explain its implications, and discuss the potential challenges it presents. We'll also provide resources and suggestions to help you or someone you know navigate this new immigration landscape. Remember, knowledge is power. So, stay tuned as we delve deeper into each rule and its implications. Let's start with the most talked about change. Under the points-based immigration system, with the exception of Irish citizens, anyone coming to the UK for work must meet a specific set of requirements for which they will score points. Visas are then awarded to those who gain enough points. How does the points-based system work? Applicants need 70 points to qualify for a skilled worker visa. You get 50 points from having a job offer above a minimum skill level and speaking English. The remaining 20 points can come from a higher salary, working in a sector with job shortages, or having a relevant PhD. But here's where it gets interesting. Some points are tradable, meaning you can make up for a shortfall in one area with a stronger performance in another. It's like a balancing act, juggling your strengths to hit that magic number. The points-based system is designed to attract skilled workers who can contribute to the UK economy. This new system certainly presents a different landscape for potential migrants. Next, we have the new salary thresholds. How do they affect your work visa chances? The Home Secretary has announced a series of policy changes designed to reduce migration. The announcement followed the release of new official estimates from the Office for National Statistics last month, which suggested that net migration had been unusually high, adding 672,000 to the UK population in the year ending June 2023. This figure was expected to fall anyway over time, but perhaps still remain higher than policymakers would have liked. Previously, a general salary threshold was applied across the board. However, the 2024 reforms have introduced job-specific salary thresholds. This means that your salary requirements will now depend on the job you're applying for. For instance, a software engineer's salary threshold might be different from that of a teacher. The goal is to align the salary thresholds more closely with the UK labour market and to ensure that migrants are not underpaid for their work. Among the measures set to be introduced in spring 2024 is an increase in the general salary threshold for both long-term work visas and British or settled people applying to bring their partners to the UK. Both will increase to £38,700, higher than the median salary for full-time employees, £35,000, although there are many exemptions for workers. Migrants coming to the UK on the skilled worker route currently face a general threshold, assuming they don't have an exemption, of £26,200. Are you a skilled worker? In order to make a successful application for a skilled worker visa, you must have a valid job offer from a licensed UK employer before you apply. This offer must be from an A-rated business on the list of licensed sponsors for a role on the list of eligible occupations and meet the minimum salary requirements. You must also have a valid certificate of sponsorship from your UK employer. The skilled worker. Minimum salary increases will happen on the 4th of April 2024. Initial changes to the shortage occupation list will also happen in April 2024. The Migration Advisory Committee is working on its recommendation for the new list. As stated previously, the minimum salary threshold for a skilled worker visa will rise from £26,200 to £38,700 per annum. Those already on the skilled worker visa route before the immigration rules change will not be subject to the new threshold when they change employment, extend their stay, or settle in the UK. The Home Office will, however, expect their pay to progress at the same rate as resident workers when they next make an application to change employment, extend their stay, or settle. How about students? What changes await them under the new rules? Well, let's dive into it. The 2024 immigration policy shifts have significantly altered the student visa landscape. Under the new rules, a student who commences their studies on or after the 1st of January 2024 may only bring dependents to the UK if they are either a full-time student on a PhD or doctorate degree, or a research-based higher degree course that lasts 9 months or longer, or they are a government-sponsored student studying a course that lasts for more than 6 months. In practice, this means that students studying a non-research-based master's degree can no longer sponsor their dependents under the student visa route. As for undergraduate students, only bachelor students who are on a government-sponsored program of at least 6 months are now able to bring their dependents to the UK. The maintenance requirements have increased, which means you'll need to show you have more money to support yourself during your studies. The student visa process has definitely seen some changes. Next on the new rule is the IHS, Immigration Health Surcharge. The IHS was introduced in 2015 to raise money from migrants for the National Health Service. At the time of introduction, it was £200 per year. It's recently been increased by 66% as of the 6th of February 2024, from £624 to £1,035 per year for most adult UK visa applications. For under 18 students and Youth Mobility Scheme applicants, the lower rate will increase from £470 to £776 per year. Those with visitor visas are exempt, as are certain other groups, such as asylum seekers. Healthcare workers get an exemption or a refund under a policy introduced during the height of the coronavirus pandemic in 2020. In addition, people applying for certain family and humanitarian protection visas can get an exemption if they can prove they cannot afford to pay. The surcharge has been controversial since its inception. Some people object on principle, noting that migrants already contribute to the NHS through regular taxes in the same way as British citizens. Other common objections relate to how the surcharge is applied in practice, such as the scope of exemptions and inability to pay by instalments. Families are not left out of these changes. Let's see how. The recent shifts in UK immigration rules have brought about significant modifications to the family visa category. The government has confirmed that there will be an increase to the minimum income requirement for British and settled people looking to bring their partners to the UK. This is set to increase from £18,600 to £29,000 on the 11th of April 2024, and will gradually increase thereafter to £38,700. The final increase is set to be introduced by early 2025. Those who already have a family visa within the 5-year partner route, or who applied before the minimum income threshold is raised, will continue to have their applications assessed against the current income requirement and will not be required to meet the increased threshold. It's important to note that applicants must meet certain financial and relationship requirements. These include demonstrating a genuine relationship and meeting a minimum income threshold. However, once granted, a family visa can lead to a path to permanent residency in the UK. If you're thinking of settling in the UK, there are rule changes for this category as well. With the recent changes to the UK immigration rules, the landscape for settlement visas has seen some significant shifts. The government has introduced new criteria, and it's important you're aware of these changes. Individuals who are already on the 5-year partner route before the minimum income requirement is increased on the 11th of April 2024, and who wish to apply to extend their stay or settle in the UK will continue to be assessed against the £18,600 income requirement and will not be required to meet the increased threshold of £29,000. Remember, these are just the highlights. For a comprehensive understanding, it's best to consult an immigration expert or legal advisor. Settlement in the UK now requires some additional considerations. This section is for those applying for visiting visas. Under the new immigration rules of 2024, the visitor visas have seen some notable transformations. Previously, visitor visas were often used for a wide range of activities, from tourism and business meetings to academic research. Three key changes were made to the UK's visit visa rules at the end of January 2024. On the 31st of January 2024, the range of permitted activities for visitors was expanded, with the aim of making it easier for visitors to do business in the UK. Notably, the prohibition on business visitors working directly with clients for intra-corporate activities was removed. This means that all visitors can now undertake permitted paid engagements without the need for a special visa. Historically, visitors to the UK have not been permitted to work in the UK or, with few exceptions, receive payment from a UK. Whilst this basic principle remains, on the 31st of January 2024, the right to work conditions for visitors were amended to allow visitors to the UK to work remotely while in the UK. There is an important caveat, however. The main purpose of the visit to the UK must be to undertake a permitted activity rather than specifically to work remotely from the UK. In other words, remote working must not be the primary purpose of the visit. And finally, here are the rest of the changes you need to know. As we dive into the last segment of our rundown, we'll explore the final rules, 9 and 10. These rules may not directly apply to everyone, but they are crucial in understanding the full spectrum of the UK's new immigration landscape. Rule 9 introduces the English language requirement. This rule states that all applicants, regardless of their visa type, will need to demonstrate a certain level of proficiency in the English language. This rule aims to ensure that all individuals coming to the UK can communicate effectively, enhancing their living and working experience. Rule 10, on the other hand, is about health and care visa. The health and care visa is for healthcare professionals and workers from around the world to come to work in the UK health and social care sector. For applicants, the benefits of the health and care worker visa include fast-tracked entry to the UK, together with reduced visa fees and exemption from the immigration health surcharge. It also includes the support of a dedicated UK VI application processing team. Following proposals announced in December 2023, from the 11th of March 2024, health and care worker visa holders are no longer permitted to bring dependents with them to the UK. It's worth noting that these rules, like all the others, are subject to change and can be updated based on the UK's economic, social, and political needs. So it's always a good idea to stay updated with the latest information, either through official government websites or trusted immigration advisors. These changes round up the major shifts in the UK's immigration landscape. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding these rules can help you navigate your journey to the UK with confidence. So what does all this mean for you or someone you know? Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. The new rules usher in a different landscape for migration, one that presents both challenges and opportunities. While these changes might seem daunting at first glance, it's important to remember that understanding them is the first step to navigating them successfully. For those seeking work and business visas, the new points-based system and salary thresholds could redefine the opportunities available. The redefined skilled workers category, on the other hand, could impact the flow of talent into the country. For students, the changes to student visas could reshape the academic journey, while adjustments to family and settlement visas could alter life paths for many. But remember, this is just the beginning. The real journey begins with making sense of these changes in the context of your own circumstances. So if you're someone who's directly impacted by the new rules, or if you're just interested in understanding the shifts in immigration policy, it's crucial to seek further information and, if necessary, legal assistance. For that purpose, consider checking out resources like the UK government's official immigration website, or consult with immigration law professionals. And remember, this video is meant to be a starting point, a guide to help you understand the new rules and their potential implications. Thank you for joining us to understand these changes. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, knowledge is power, so stay informed and share this video. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. The more we share, the more we empower those around us.